Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we're going to be venturing into the Grand Melee Gauntlet mode for the first and the only time. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have the screen up here. You bring your best constructed deck for a day of intense competition, complete 12 high-stakes matchups to earn amazing prizes. For those of you who are unaware, this is the prize table, and I decided not to stream this, as I mentioned a couple times in videos and on streams, I think, because of the high-stakes nature of the event. Didn't want any chance of getting sniped, didn't want even the chat interaction. When I stream, I like to emphasize entertainment and, interaction with the chat and educational streaming over the games themselves, and for this event, I actually wanted to focus more so on the games. Decided to simply record it instead of even streaming on a delay. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to get into the gauntlet, get some games in, and it's obviously going to be a very intense bit of competition. But I'm pretty happy with my deck, and I think I can play it pretty well. And with a bit of good fortune, I think we could potentially even go all the way. So yeah, besides that, let me just go right into the deck we're going to be playing, which is Midrange Assassin. And as you can see, we are hanging out in top 5 Legend right now, probably top 10 once it falls a bit more, of course, but Midrange Assassin is largely one of the reasons I am in top 5 currently, and the build we're playing is fairly close to the list that I played for the bulk of the climb up to the top 5. I only changed one card, the Shadow Masters, which I hadn't really tested too much. 4/3 Black Sap Protectors. You can see here, this is the list. We have the Black Saps in there, which gives us a total of 12 prophecies. The list is fairly simple. You've seen me play it before, or an aggressive mid-range assassin deck with some top end like Incano, Atromancers, and Tazcad. And I think this is a pretty good, well-rounded list of all the mid-range decks that I've played. I think this deck has probably the best game against other aggro decks, and that will especially be true thanks to the Black Sap Protectors giving us that extra prophecy. We have the Curses and the Firebolts with the Murkwater Shamans, the Leaf Lurker and the Sheer Point Dragon give them viability against slower decks as well for huge tempo swings, and I'm expecting a good amount of Ramp Scout. I've heard that people have been running into it a lot just in the couple hours this mode has been open so far, so I definitely wanted to play a deck with Atromancers if I wasn't going to be taking the game super late with the Ramp Scout. If we're going to try to end the game, Atromancer is one of the best ways to do so against Ramp Scout. As you can see, in celebration of the Grand Melee Gauntlet, I did wind up making the Tazcad and the Queen Premium finally for the full Premium deck, so if we do lose, we will at least go down knowing that we've lost in style, but that's pretty much the whole list. I'm looking forward to playing it in some high-stakes matches right now. And as always, if you enjoy the run, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Legends content, check out my stream in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Here we go. We are locked in now, boys. I wonder what the leaderboard says so far, actually. Alright, so I'm showing 21. I wonder if that's people who went 10 to 12 wins, or if it's all the people who finished their run so far. That can't be it, right? It's gotta be more than that who finished so far. Alright, well, for one more time, here's the reward table. That's what we're shooting for. Look at all those heroes of Skyrim packs we could potentially win. And we are guaranteed 10 heroes of Skyrim packs, even if we lose all 12 games, which I really hope isn't what's about to happen. And the queue time is about as fast as I would have expected to. As one might have expected, we are up against a Scout first, who did full ship everything, so I'll be shipping Firebolt and the Incano. Firebolt not great against slower decks. Incano great against slower decks on a very specific turn of the game.
May you walk on warm sands.
Of course I'm on your side.
Unfortunately, the hand isn't working out too well, but we are up against a slower deck. We really need something to do next turn. A 2, 3, or a 4 drop. Preferably a 3 or a 4 drop. Preferably a 3 drop, because I think I'm going to need my ring charges this game if this hand is to do anything in the coming turns. If I attack, then he counterattacks. He has a 2-1 against my nothing. I can play Thief into that. I can play Cliff Racer into that. If I just pass, he shouldn't be able to kill my 4-4 easily. Then I would simply play Leaf Lurker next turn on the 2-1, but that's kind of wasteful as well. If he could Leaf Lurker this turn... that's just bad. But he can't, at least.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
But I'm an amazing last turn. Unfortunately, not the world we're living in. At this point, I think I play Thief of Dreams into this lane. Then he can use this to ping it and Leaf Lurker me. Unfortunate, but not something I can really stop. He hasn't had a reason to play either of these.
This one will be taking that.
Could be incredibly powerful late in the game. Unfortunately, it's also going to be incredibly powerful for him late in the game.
Die, sweet.
Look to the skies. Free!
No getting this one.
I think the correct play is probably Shaman Skulk, but it does use my last ring charge. I need to get these curses out of my deck before I draw them.
The forest is my cloak.
I want to save this curse. He doesn't have Drain Vitality, at least not yet, that we know of. He could have another sheer point, I guess. But we do know he has the Dark Guardian, so if he can test the 4-3 with that, I can simply curse it down. Actually use it to kill something.
You must be cleansed.
It's kind of a weak turn, almost. What's he gonna do next turn? Something like Skeletal Dragon, perhaps? I could get fairly aggressive here with like Curse, hit for 7, hit for 4, put him at 16. I don't hate that play, but what do I do against Skeletal Dragon? He trades there, Skeletal Dragon's this lane, I already lose one of my dudes if I have to Leaf Lurker it, but that's assuming he has Skeletal Dragon in the first place. Is it worth using the curse on that is the question. I'm gonna say, well, he has Drain Vitality in his deck too, even if he doesn't have him in his hand. Alright.
Dumont, take you!
At least this forces him to react to the other lane. And he can't Red Brahmin me yet. Didn't even play Thieves Guild Recruit.
Mother of Mud, the Hist provides the waters of life.
Dumont, take you! The forest is my cloak.
The forest is my strength and my courage.
Surprised he... Wow, I was about to say I'm surprised he got me down to 26 because then a Tazcad would break through and give me a card, but that attack is also surprising.
Hiding will not save you.
Leave us!
Sheerpoint Dragon next turn. There's so many different ways we could have played this turn. We could obviously Soul Tear back the Leaf Lurker, trade the 3-2 in, Leaf Lurker it down. For 3 we could curse that, go face, or we could hit there and curse, but I don't like that because he has the Sheerpoint now if I make this a 4-2. That's kind of bad, but we do get to play the Skulk as well. Like I said, he has the Sheerpoint, so it's still not great. So that play we hit for 7, this turn we put him at 9. Then he has to respond with Sheerpoint, then we Tazcad him, then we Atromancer him.
The forest is my cloak.
Teach you the message.
Dumont, take you!
Mother of Mud.
Sorry for the lack of between turns commentary. It's a lot of games to go through today, and I likely won't edit this down much at all. So don't expect to, well, don't be surprised if you have a lot of dead air time you're hearing. Just gonna spend the time between turns thinking about possibilities, like I would usually do in a tournament, which is why you see me rope a lot.
Ivy Egg, surrender.
If I enter next turn, if I enter this turn, he has Odaving. And Tazka doesn't kill him next turn. If I Tazka had left, go face, put him to 3. We don't know if he has another Lookout, but he has Sheer Point Dragon. But if he goes Lookout, Sheer Point Dragon, he heals up to 7, can kill... Well, I don't see a way that he actually comes out of that alive, because he already used Red Brahmin here. The only way he could stop the board again is by trading in Brahmin and then cycling it back with another Soul Tear, but that's his whole turn, and then I would just play Atro and kill him, so I think this is fine. This might be potentially a mistake. We could have just traded for him and deal the damage to that. I don't know if that's ever a relevant mistake, but it could be King's mistake, I guess. Alright, turns out it didn't matter.
I'll scout ahead.
It might sound stupid, but I was actually very close before the Gauntlet to like audibling and putting in 3 Elder Gleam Matrons over the Black Sap Protectors for this matchup. But I have literally 0 testing with the card. It was like, I don't know, I get in these habits of sometimes theorizing a specific tech card that no one's really playing, and then really getting attached to it before I test it at all. So I had to hold myself back there and say, nope, you're gonna lose to random budget aggro decks if you don't play the Black Sap Protectors. Alright, 1-0, starting off strong. Actually get some text up here. I'll signify the record. Against Sorcerer, I think I full ship this hand, so we have the ring, so we can be a little bit greedy. Harpy's not the ideal 2-drop by any means. We don't ever want to start with Curse or Thief of Dreams, I don't think, so.
We will seize our own fate. Careful there, friend.
I wonder what Blood Sorceress means.
Your story has finished.
This is a questionable turn. Firebolt has more utility, but it also uses my Magicka more efficiently this turn. I don't want to play them both. I think the Wordcrafter can test one of these fine. I probably burn the Bolt here. That's probably what's correct. Against Sorcerer, the curses when we finally draw a Sheer Point Dragon are often quite powerful.
We will seize our own fate.
The shaman will force a response.
Your blood will spill!
I think that's fine. We can use Cliff Racer to attack over the 3-3 if he trades with the 2-1, but he'll likely just trade into the 2-1, then we can curse it down. If he can kill this, he won't expect I can have a curse, but I do. Interesting that he'd attack face before bolting. So the only play that means I don't have to use my ring this turn is the queen. The only thing that punishes me for playing it in the left is, well, Crowned Quartermaster, but I think he's playing Sorcerers over the Quartermaster, so I'm not going to really worry about that. Firebolt. But then he uses Firebolt and Harpy to trade in, and I think we just kind of win from there. I want my field lane.
I am the Queen Mother. Attend me! We will seize our own fate.
All 3 Blood Sorceresses, man.
I see you're in need of my wisdom.
I mean, the play is simple, you just double trade, right? Like, it's 0 magic, I can't imagine there's another thing to consider unless it's a healing ends.
Your story has finished! You can't escape.
I don't think he makes that play last turn if he has a Firebolt. Or at least he plays the Sage but doesn't play Sorcerers because he wants to guarantee to kill the 6-3 Queen. So Cliff Racering down the 2-1 and setting up to double trade is probably reasonable enough.
You can't escape.
The longer the odds, the sweeter the victory.
Arcane Beard, this day will be mine.
It depends on how safe we want to be. We could also expend the ring here. My initial play is Sheer Point Dragon the 2-2 attack the 4-4. My 4-4 against his 3-3 I'm at effective 13 life. But I am out of heal. We could also Cliff Racer down the 3-3 and Harpy down the 2-2. Set up to Sheer Point Dragon. But I think Harpy might be better in the future. If he plays something that I can't immediately answer, then we can Harpy it down. And the 3-3 is not immediately threatening my life. We do still have half of our life total left. A little bit less now.
Too late for you.
Assuming this attack happens. Can't be worth it.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers. Careful there, friend.
I see shackling that one. He would want me to trade with that one. I'm tempted to smack enough to give him a card just to steal it with Thief of Dreams. I think I probably keep the 3/3 healthy, or with ward rather.
Blood will spill!
Did we really give him an Atromancer? Well, that would be horrible for us. So I assume I take it. Oh, thank God. So
was outwitted.
he has a Haunting Spirit, which we can definitely answer.
Careful there, friend. Your blood will spill!
You're getting this one.
Probably not supposed to give him a card here. I'm okay using all the burst next turn. If he takes any point of damage from anything on my board currently, he's dead. And obviously there's nothing he can do to kill me from 13 here.
I will protect the Hist.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Your blood will spill!
Alright, 2-0. Reasonable hand, of course, for keeping Wardcrafter and Daggerfall, and of course for shipping the Encano. And I will say this is probably one of the better looking decks to have all premium. Might be biased, like one of my first all premium constructed decks, but a lot of the premium art's pretty nice. Wardcrafter could still use a touch up in my opinion. Besides that, yeah.
Careful there, friend.
I think we want to outpace Sorcerer.
By Arca's beard, this day will be mine.
Or give it the old college try and hope he doesn't have Sorcerer's negation for this Daggerfall mage.
By the 8th,
Your
they will
blood
meet
will
their makers.
spill!
Nearly forgot.
Confound you!
How slow do we play it? If we go trade on the 2/2, Harpy down the 3/3, we could actually set up for a favorable with the Tome. Then I'm not playing Shaman this turn or next turn.
Your blood will
I think I'm going for the Shaman. It necessitates an immediate answer, but if he immediately answers it, he's not playing another creature. And then I can clear the rest of the board on my turn, develop another shaman with the initiative. That's exactly what happened.
Your blood will spill!
Well, now he could Shadow and Priest it, but he's likely going to contest in the same lane if he does that, and then we tome. And we still remain ahead. Thief. I just have to Harpy that one down.
Was outwitted.
I don't know, the tome still gets the job done. But Harpy allows me to develop a 3-drop as well. About playing our own Thief. And if we play our own Thief, do we play our own Curse too? No, but we could play our own Thief.
It seems Khajiit was outwitted.
We were both outwitted this game.
Feel my power.
Quite clearly a high roll.
No catching this one.
I am the Queen Mother. Attend me.
Yeah, I've already seen 2 bolts at least.
I see you're in need of my wisdom. You can't escape.
No catching this one.
The Fraser Ward Crafter. We ward the Cliff Racer, and then curse the 2-1. If so, where does my Ward Crafter go? Probably left is fine.
Careful there, friend.
Queen is still the obvious attack target here. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to buff whatever he wants. At least I haven't lost the field lane yet.
It seems Gauntlet was outwitted.
So it showed him either Black Sap or Brotherhood, right? If he showed him Tome, 1 out of 3 times, we would have guessed Tome, obviously. Cliff Racer top deck. I mean, Leaf Flicker top deck is what we really want here.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
I could easily swing this back around. Decidedly not bad. Do we think he has an Atromancer next turn? Two 1 into the 4/2 happens every time. I think. Then we either trade Encano, or we Tome face Black Sap. That means we'll be trading the Black Sap and the Encano's effect in. I think I just Encano here.
I have many important things on my mind.
Although we have seen that many lightning bolts. Gotta hope he doesn't have, he definitely doesn't have any of our cards. Gotta hope he doesn't have Atromancer here.
You must be cleansed.
So no Atromancer drawn yet. I think I want the card draw first. That is incredibly strong.
We'll see about this. The forest is my cleansed. I used to be an adventurer like you. By Arca's beard, this day will be mine.
Only 1 bolt remaining.
We'll see about this.
Sumark, take you!
The forest is my strength and my
Just
courage.
give me a
Of
name.
course I'm on your side.
By Arca's beard, this day will be mine. Found you.
So I'd like to try to bypass the last turn if at all possible.
Didn't see this coming, eh? Teach you to mess with me.
We'll see about this.
Okay, 3-0. I think I'll probably do 4 games per part. I was thinking they might be a little bit shorter than they currently are, but, you know, what can you do? 4 games per video means this will be broken up over the course of 4 videos, because 12 games either way, win or lose. Hopefully we keep winning though. Full ship is mage, probably signifies control mage. Vader's very powerful. Firebolt less so. Firebolt's really good against the mid-range mage, which I expect to see more of, but, you know. You gotta mulligan with what information you're given. Could've kept a Firebolt, I suppose.
Of course I'm on your side.
Go with the ring, I'd really like another 2 or another 3 or something to get me to this queen. Yeah, this is hard to answer unless he has Harpy and Firebolt. Needed full ship, so it's unlikely. Or 2 Firebolts obviously would work. Thinking on curve. Alright, well he doesn't have Firebolt, because... You know, that actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense in that lane anyway.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
What is that doing over there? Because you know Firebolts are in the deck, right? Like, they're somewhere, even if he doesn't have them in hand. I think he'd welcome the opportunity for me to sink 4 damage into the 2-1. So execute you don't normally see in mid-range mage, but attacking early is strictly wrong here, so I don't know.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
I mean, I did try executes on mid-range mage. It's not without reason that he would be doing the same. Like, these attacks are overly aggressive for control mage. So I do not think that it would be control mage. No idea if he would be playing executes and firebolts, but I think I just play queen on the right.
Sheor take.
I am the Queen Mother.
If he's a mid-range mage, obviously lightning bolt doesn't tell us anything, but if he's a mid-range mage, queen is something he would have wished to lightning bolt instead. Because this card single-handedly wins races. He's thinking about attacking. He thought about it, though. He thought about it.
Sheor take you.
I definitely think the Skulk is warranted here. I don't think we've had a raw... Have we had a raw Skulk opening yet? Like, we've already opened with other things. And have we really opened with Skulk to get insane value yet? I don't think that's happened in these games so far. If it connects, these Leaf Lickers are going to terrorize whatever he plays. So in that case, if there is a good Leaf Lurker target and these both stick, I will attack with Skulk first. Oh, it is control. Why on earth did he attack me on
I
26?
sell cures for all ills.
I mean, it's still a good Leaf Lurker. It's not the exact kind of Leaf Lurker I thought I'd be getting, but it's playable.
Sheor take you.
The forest is my
However, this attack is it's really horrendous against Ice Storm, isn't it? 4 cards. Please don't let one of them be Ice Storm. Next turn, we're less weak to it. It's not Ice Storm. Alright, that clearly would have been Ice Storm, right? So unless he drew it off the Mage's Trick, like, he doesn't have this unless it's that card. Now, Manticora could be any of them.
It seems Gauntlet was outwitted.
Dumark, take you!
I guess I'll make this attack for him.
Of course I'm on your side.
It's so weird, man. So it's this card? Ice Storm is this card? Or for some reason he neglected to play Ice Storm? Elected not to play it against that board? Okay. Well, 25% of the time it's that card. Would have been nice to have a Manticora too. That's like the best answer to their Manticora. But I mean, if he doesn't have a Manticora, I mean, he could. Now it could be this card. He can just do that card. You know he's setting up for that Ice Storm. That juicy Ice Storm.
Let none defile our temple.
Or that semi-juicy Incano, I guess. Trade in my 4-3 without the downside. I think it's an Incano turn. It means I push 10 damage.
Zumok, take you!
Didn't see this coming, eh?
If I play it on the left and he goes for Ice Storm, I'm committing to firebolting the 2-1. My Incano doesn't die. That's fine.
I have many important things on my mind.
Get you this one!
If I leave my 2/5/5 stranded in the right, he could just say, oh, well, Ice Storm's not good enough. Here comes Dawn's Wrath. He can still do that, but it's less horrifying, I think. Is it less horrifying? I mean, you never really are excited about getting Dawn's Wrath. Alright, just want to get back here. Execute. Nice. Sometimes lucky. That's actually really bad for him. Wow. It's like, you almost feel bad, then you're like, nah. Alright. So, face, reassess.
Didn't see this coming, eh? We'll see about this.
No getting this one!
We assume that his only course of action will be Ice Storm. I have to play Leaf Lurker into it though, because otherwise my 5/5 will die, and I think that's the card I'm gonna try to have to kill him next turn with.
The forest is my cloak. Of course,
I can't let a
I'm on your
2/1 block
side.
the 5/5. So if he can also deal with the 5/5 somehow with like a Harpy or something, and he Ice Storms, I'll need something to use this for to get past the 2/1. Oh, Jesus. Top deck Tazcat. Oh, God.
Just give me a name.
This might be a loss. That Firebolt was way too good. The difference between him at 6 and him at 1 here is huge. As if he's at 1, all 3 of my bolts kill him, all 3 of my Cliff Racers kill him, all 3 of my Atromancers kill him, my Tazcat still kills him.
I'll scout ahead.
That's a pretty good one to get off that. Alright, third Leaf Lurker flies off the top. Tazcat is still pretty good. That's playable. Yes.
It's nothing personal.
There are definitely worse things to have drawn there. But again, Leaf Lurker is preferable because it puts him to 3. And just anything that's 4 or less versus anything that's above 4. That's what matters. We could just draw damage into damage. So he eventually found a Manticora. Not surprising. Probably have done that first, but irrelevant. And this deck does unfortunately have a lot of heal. He could also find heal off of that, but I'm worried about Elixir of Vitality. Night of the Hour. If I pass here, what does he think I have? If I play Atromancer, it doesn't matter, it just gets destroyed. Then I have to draw a damage dealer. Like, he has so many guards that Cliff Racer doesn't do it. Let's see. How many cards in my deck cost more? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Versus 2, 5, 8, 11, 13, 14, 17, 20. So 2/3 of the time if I pass here, I kill him next turn.
It's nothing personal.
You do that to make Ice Storm worse. We have the contract, so we can play any 4-cost card or less. All of my creatures and Lightning Bolt kill him.
By all the powers of the Eight.
He could think I top decked a Curse, he could think I top decked a Firebolt, he could think I top decked an actual creature waiting for a Naturomancer as opposed to vice versa. These don't have Night of the Hour.
Nice try. Care to go again?
Any creature that costs 4 or less.
Elements, I summon thee.
It did not feel like a win after that Ice Storm turn with the Magistrix and the Firebolt. But hey, we are 4-0, and hopefully we can keep winning. But I will be calling this video here, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys in part 2 for some more Grand Melee.